I just did, and I have dropped 9 pounds in 5 weeks. All right, so let's just get right into it. I'm gonna tell you probably 5 to 7 ways on what I have been doing to lose 9 pounds. Now, everyone is completely different. Everybody's body is completely different. So make sure that you understand that it might look a little different for you. That's why I gave you a range of 5 to 10 pounds by the end of the year. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Number one, I need you to find your why. Why do you want to do this? I just turned 45 this year, and a lot of times when you get after 40, it is sometimes about your health. It is about your blood levels going down. It's about hearing that I might be borderline diabetic. It might be, man, I don't have any energy to get on the floor and play with my kids. I'm tired all the time. What is your why? Because your why is what's going to push you when you're going to want to give up, when you're going to want to have a binge, when you want to run the food because you're stressed out. I need you to really dig in and think about what your why is. My why is I like for my body to feel healthy. I have 2 little kids that I want to be able to get out there and play with. Those are my whys. When I look at the pictures of my boys on my mirror, they are my whys. I want you to really dig in and focus on your why, okay? The next thing I want you to do is I want you to eat high volume vegetables at every meal if you can, or at least for lunch and dinner, okay? Let me give you an example. I love these little salad kits because they're a meal prep dream because they're super easy, and they are high in volume, low in calorie. Volume means it's going to fill your stomach up, keeping you not wanting to eat so much, calorie deficit, and losing fat. Those are how all those things are correlated together. So I always prioritize eating high volume vegetables, not corn or potatoes, because those things are really good and they're vegetables, but they're not high volume and they're much higher in calories. So you want to make sure that you are finding vegetables that are lower in calories but higher in volume. That's going to fill you up. Okay? The next tip I'm going to tell you that I've been utilizing and it is working is getting your protein in, sis. Protein is the star. Everything else is the supporting cast. That is what I tell my clients. I always want you to prioritize choosing your protein source first at your meals and everything else on the side. For example, if I want to come up with my breakfast choices, I'm going to choose eggs as my protein, and then I'm going to add vegetables for extra volume, such as chopped broccoli, onion, peppers to add more volume. But that protein is the star. Everything else is the supporting cast. Number 2, I want you to, not number 2. I need you to get some sleep, sis. No one really talks about how important sleep is to your wellness and your weight loss journey. If I don't get enough sleep, most of the time I'm tired, I'm cranking the coffee with the added sugar and the cream. You taking the energy drinks that are very high in calorie. We are snacking. Why? Because we're compensating for the lack of energy. So you need to be making sure that you are prioritizing sleep so you feel like you have your energy, that you can make really great eating choices when you're rested, right? I need you to come up with a sleep routine. My sleep routine is I'm going to shut off my phones at least an hour or 2 before bed. No more phones. I am cleaning up my environment. I light my candles. I do some sleep meditation or quiet reading to settle my mind down so that I can enter into a nice sleep state, so that I am getting a good night's rest. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is I need you to get some steps in. Our bodies are designed to move. You need to make sure you're moving more. That can be in the range of 7 to 10,000 steps. Remember, our word for the rest of this year is being intentional, being consistent. What are ways that I can find to move more throughout my day? If I work a desk job, that can be taking a brisk walk on my lunch break while I'm eating my lunch. That can be standing up. That can be, instead of emailing a coworker, I'm going to get up and walk to their office. I'm going to park farther away if I have to stop to the store. I'm going to take a 10-minute walk in the morning and a 10-minute walk in the evening. I'm being more intentional about moving more, even on the weekends. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Okay? Next, and to me, it's the most important one, and nobody talks about this hardly. I need you to find more stress relieving practices. A lot of times, y'all, our extra weight gain is most of the time when we're stressed. We want to drown our sorrows in ice cream. We want to drown our sorrows in pizza. Now, that's a nice little dopamine fix to make you feel good for that moment. But guess what? Your mood can change, but those extra calories that you now have consumed that's not going anywhere. Those extra calories not going anywhere. So you have to keep that in mind, that you drowning your emotions in food, that's going to put you in a calorie surplus, which means you're going to be gaining weight. So you need to start prioritizing what are ways that I can relieve stress that's not food related, such as going for a walk, listening to music, going to your happy place like driving to the beach, loving on your children, getting hugged from your spouse, doing something that's non-food related to release stress. One thing that I do is I call it getting ahead of it. I try and make sure that I am waking up early enough to be able to practice some sort of mindful practice. That can be meditation, that can be prayer, that can be journaling, that can be devotional time, something that you're doing to get ahead of stress. Because then when you combat something stressful and you're at peace, you're like, I ain't trying to let that driver who just cut me off steal my peace today. When you come across a rude coworker, you're gonna be like, that coworker is not worth ruining my peace over. When something happens, you're in a better state to be able to deal with that instead of turning to food. Okay? I hope that you found this video valuable. If you did, make sure you hit that like button so that for the YouTube algorithm, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this video with somebody who you think you want to be accountability partners with. Make sure that you show this video some love by hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in